What is up guys, Kane here, and in this video we're going to go over the day 4 to day 6 in the new servers. Honestly, I've done this video yesterday, but there were problems with the audio spiking and speeding up and all that kind of stuff, so I have to redo this entire video. Now I will try to cover everything as I did before and provide the same amount of tips, but I could be missing something which I have said in another video which I had to delete. So apologies for that, and without further ado, let's start up with the event tab. So in the event tab, the first place that we will be going to is the daily discount. What should you buy and what you should not buy. So as you can see, day 1, purchase gold. This is very cheap and a must purchase on day 1 to upgrade as much and as fast as you are able. Day 2, you're gonna get Rylan shards, which is not very worth it for 400 diamonds. It doesn't give you that many stats, and 400 diamonds is quite a lot, and I do mean quite a lot. About 200 people bought this and about 200 people wasted an insane amount of diamonds, so my suggestion, do not buy these shards. Day 3, you're gonna get 5 Astro Silvers, 100% you have to buy this. This is no exception for literally any reason at all. This is so cheap, it's almost a steal. You have to get this. Day 4, energy potions. I don't think I even need to say anything in regards to this. This is a must have and a must purchase, like no exceptions. Day 5, now this is a question mark, since it is a decent amount of having cast stones for a small amount of diamonds. From the experience that I've had from a 1-year-old server, I have had 60,000 or more cast stones in my inventory without being able to use any of them. So yeah, some of these cast stones would help you for the early game to upgrade some artifacts faster, but then you have to take note that eventually you're not going to have enough artifacts to upgrade, and you're gonna get those cast stones so fast that you're gonna be stashing them instead of upgrading, and then you would be thinking, why did I spend so much diamonds on cast stones when I would have so many right here? As you know, for new players, it's time over money. You're not going to boost up so fast to overtake the VIPs in the early game, and you have to make proper decisions to do that later in the game. So this is something that will give you a slight boost in the early game, but this is 300 diamonds that you should be saving for SSRs or URs instead. Now, day 6, you get some advanced roster stuff for 300 diamonds. This is not worth it. I wouldn't waste my diamonds on this. Now, the other stuff, this is very hard to achieve some of these because you need to have luck. This, you also need some sort of luck, just because you either need to get these few units to place in the roster, or you need a higher level so you could place more in the roster. So I think I might, and I do mean might, be able to finish this. I'm not entirely sure, but I know I will get this one for 28 units inserted. However, 32, I might only be 31, so I will be very close, though I am not certain I will be able to finish it. So that aside, that is pretty much it for the event tab. For this one, I will most likely not be able to reach 350,000 power. The reason for it, because I really did not have proper cheap emblems. As you can see, I have 22,000 soul stones, but all of these were pretty much garbage, and I don't really want to spend an insane amount of diamonds just to buy some emblems. And this honestly, compare, I will get this rank 2 thing, 280,000 power, and from this to that, it only changes 200 talent potions, which is 1 day of talent potions. and then 7 universals, which is also like a small loss, I would say, not a huge difference. So I still get the decent amount of free T shards. I still get like some universals, so it's still good, but not an insanely efficient way, I suppose. But I wasn't lucky with Emblem, so what can you do? The next one is Jello, free, no cost, and the other one are the small events for the SSR unit souls. Now, as you can see, I finished 87, and I think by the end of tomorrow I should perhaps have like 19 or 93 or something like that finished, though I'm not entirely certain. We will see on my luck. Perhaps I will be able to get this, and perhaps I will be able to get this as well. So 2 yellow artifact pieces, though I'm not sure if I will be able to get. I might be able to get this as well, because I've unlocked the campaign on the first day, and if you unlock it on the first day, then you're highly likely to finish this as well. If you start the game on day 2, you have no chance to finish this, so keep that in mind. If you join a new server, make sure you're joining on the first day of the server release, otherwise you're going to suffer a little bit. And arena, man, I don't even know how you can get 18,000 arena coins. Like, sure, these ones also count, but my god, like, I'm probably going to get like 10,000, but goddamn, like, these ones, I don't even know what to do to get this much. But aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much it for events. Nothing else much to cover apart from, let's say, Endless Inferno. I am ranked 10 on the leaderboard. Some people didn't even pass the stage I did. Now, I am VIP 0, as you can see, and most other players around me are some sorts of a VIP and higher level. Yeah, as you can see, phoenixes are in here. This one doesn't have a phoenix, so this one is closed and is also free to play, but most others above me, they are VIPs. And most of these people above me have already been part of Endless Inferno one day earlier than me, and they have done one of the rotations as well for free, so they are if we check the rewards, 1 second, they got some free rewards up here, like 7,000, like 6,000 soul stones and whatever. So quite a few people got one orange emblem above me or us and can deck out like those emblems quite faster, even if they purchase the purple one. So as you can see, 3 guys are clearly above the power levels of most other players, just because of how they sped up their levels. So that aside, going on to the units. Now, Shark Trainer, the further he's going, the more he's surprising me in the early game. Like, this single unit is dishing out some insane numbers of attack, insane numbers of DPS, and he's also a charger, so that shark is doing some insane amounts of damage, and I can just simply show you in one of the matches that I had to reach top 10. So as you can see, I am 244,000 power, and I've beat a guy who is also 270,000 power, but by the time that I have attacked him, he was 280,000, I think. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but as we can see, he also has Shark Trainer, and he put the Shark Trainer front line, so probably that is the reason why I have won. So if we go on to the slow motion, he is focusing my Shark Trainer first thing, even if I have the front line in front of him. So my Shark Trainer will be the first unit to die on the field. His Shark Trainer will slowly follow after that, and then we're going to have the sharks fight it off at the bottom row. At the top row, my chargers are passing into the enemy backline. his archers got killed by Rashka and also a free T. And pretty much my orcs are soaking up most of the Catherine's DPS just because they're not dying and they're also healing up. So as we see at the bottom row, his a shark is almost down, his Regnan archers are down, and at the top, my cavaliers are sort of tanking the swordmen, while Catherine is still trying to do damage to the orcs. So if we speed this up, the shark is left at the bottom. As you can see, my orc survives, and it's pretty much just a slow drag until I have won the battle. Now, I've taken a picture before, and my shark was doing some insane numbers of damage, even if my shark trainer died so early. So I think for PvE and PvP purposes, the shark trainer should be one of the better SSRs to receive in the early game. I do believe like Devil is still quite good for Dwarf's Treasury and Dragon Invasion early on and all that kind of stuff, but I do believe Shark Trainer is a lot safer in terms of like PvP, like clearing stages in the campaign and underground, all that kind of stuff. But he's not as overpowered as Devil in, let's say, Dwarf's Treasury and all that kind of stuff. So both of them have sort of their uses, I guess. So keep that in mind. Most others, as I said, I do believe I'm going for Inferno, small synergy. I don't have all of the Infernos yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a free T, Demon, Gog, and Pit Fiend. Though I might change some stuff in the future and remove Gog. Really depends, but at the moment, I can increase her to 6 stars at a fairly quick rate, and at the moment there are no insane burst formations that can take down those 9x units in an instant. There will be in the future, but for the moment they are quite decent. So that aside, heroes. For heroes at the moment I am using Rashka just for the sole reason of it buffing a free T and a free T being able to do 2 triggers on separate units, or rather 1 trigger on separate units, which increases the damage, and also on 2 stars it increases the attack of the free T by a small percent as well. And the further the stars go, the more stuff Afriti will perform, as well as his ultimate does more damage than, let's say, Catherine's Blizzard. But in terms of like the speed that the damage is dished out, Afriti's ultimate is twice as lower, or rather slower, but more damage, while Catherine's ultimate is very quick burst of damage. So in longer amounts of time, Rashka will do more, but in a shorter amount of time, Catherine may perhaps be better, as it would add like a few seconds less time that your enemies would be hit. But pretty much that aside, like I said before, I need to buff my Afriti to do some damage, and his skills are pretty decent, especially this Firestorm. So if you have some stuff like even emblems, which will boost it up a little bit, that is quite a decent unit to buff up through the Rashka. That aside, emblems. Now, as you can see, I only have a few emblems since I only today or yesterday unlocked this feature, and I wasn't lucky at all in the emblem store, and I've refreshed 20 times already, so you can see that I wasn't lucky at all. So there is not too much that I can tell you. We want to have Path of Assassin emblems on Chart Trainer. We want to have Path of Assassin emblems on Afriti early game, at least for now. About others, I cannot cover right now because there is a lack of emblems and a lack of soulstones, so not too much that I can provide at this point in time. Usually put up what you get and what may be good at that particular time. Now for the artifacts, as you can see, I am 67,000 power on the artifacts, and I am rank 19 on the server in terms of the artifacts, so it would be easier to check through the ranking. So I have 5-star the Divine Blood, I have Change of Fortune level 2, +4 the Wizard's Well, +2 the Ring, +1 that, and also I have +1 Mirror, which added quite a lot of power, even though the stuff that it provides isn't as insane, but it's still a passive, which is why it probably increased by a whole bunch. So the rank 1 currently in our server in artifacts, it does have some decent stuff, but he probably has like some premiums also decently upgraded, but it doesn't look like it yet. Yeah, he doesn't have any premiums. So everything is going quite slowly, not too much to look at that. Inventory, yeah, I'm going to cover up this shells thing right now. So as you can see, I've bought all of these shells, as I think I mentioned in the previous video, though I'm not sure if it was in the one which I have deleted or not, or in the previous video that I have actually uploaded. So either way, what I have done here is basically just purchase the weapon boxes and also the soul stones. Now, as I explained, sure, you can purchase the dragon blood and the SSR soul stones, right? However, as they are cheap, they are not as, how can I put it, as efficient in the early game. Sure, they are efficient to some extent, but they will only return you the stuff only after like a few months when you start getting what you actually require. And like these SSR soul stones, you're not going to get a lot or enough of them. Now, they can release some events which will prove my words wrong. It really depends which event is online at that particular time, what event gives what, and all that kind of stuff. For me, I got this event, so I'm just commenting on this event alone. So for me, I only have a Shard Trainer SSR, so these Dragon Bloods are not going to help me, and even if I get a 3-star SSR, it's only gonna add me 20 shards, and I need 100 to get it to 4 stars, so it's gonna add me just a little bit of stats for a lot of 1000 diamonds, and it's not going to return quite a bit for me. And sure, it is like a decent amount of diamonds, but you need essentially a big pile of diamonds to get some SSRs, and this is not going to return me the materials I would spend in a decent amount of time. And SSR soul stones, it depends on events. You may not even get an SSR from the souls for like half a year up to a year. So getting something like this, sure, it could be cheap, but it's not going to be pretty good and very efficient or very useful. Again, it depends what kind of events that you will have and are coming out. So could be that this would be efficient if on the next event you can get 50 souls, right? Then it would be efficient as you would have enough for one full SSR. However, if no event comes out where you can get any other SSR unit souls, then this would be probably one of the worst investments you can have. And in terms of like the weapon boxes, right? I've bought 100 of these, and I know that some SRs are actually quite overpowered with their weapons, and quite a lot of the new players don't know this, and instead they go for other stuff, right? So if I would go for this, I more or less can already vision affirmation, which I'm building, which can be quite good, as well as buying these soul stones, which will start getting me those orange emblems, which I need for a few specific units to start popping off. So both of these are investing more into R and SR units, which will reach 6 stars a lot faster and start performing a lot better than those 3-star SSRs, which is very important in the early game, because remember guys, you're not going to get 6-star SSRs very early in the game, especially as free to play, nor those like 6-star URs. It's going to be mostly R, SR, and perhaps SR plus if you have them. So yeah, that aside, that's pretty much it. And for the rest of the shells, you just buy like talent potions or this, or I don't know, skill stones or prayer stones. Like everything else is up to you and whatever you require. So this thing aside, inventory, you don't see pretty much anything in here that might be any special to you. So in terms of crypts, I am rank 6. In terms of dwarf treasury, I am rank 5. In terms of, well, Dragon Utopia, you don't really need to rank it. Yeah, so pretty much I am about top 10 in most of the events while being ranked 27 in the server in terms of power. My unit is ranked 111 in terms of power. My hero is ranked 72 in terms of power. So as you can see guys, my rankings are quite far down than most of the players, but I managed to receive some quite good places in events just because of my knowledge. And if you go to a new server with some knowledge, you're probably gonna start ranking up decently and be efficient as you are able to be, and more or less beat those players in a span of like 3, 4, 5 or even 6 months. It really depends, because to get 100,000 diamonds to get a 6-star SSR or 6-star UR is going to take some patience and some good saving. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I suppose there is not much else that I can cover up in terms of like SSRs, right? I think you should start with Shard Trainer, Devil, or Giant as the SSRs of choice. Now, for some people, you can start out with Angel, but it's not that good. For some people, Red Dragon is good. For other people's, perhaps like Black Dragon. But it depends if you're a paying player or free to play, and if you're going to get that specific faction leader. So if you're gonna plan to, let's say, play Dragon Mutair, then one of the two dragons are a must have early on, so like Red Dragon or Black Dragon. If you're planning to play Xeron, then you may want to reroll for a Devil. If you plan to play Gem, you may want to get Green Dragon and all that kind of stuff. So pretty much that's that. So thanks for watching guys, hopefully this was a little bit helpful for you. Take care and stay safe out there.